worried about that.
Okay, perfect. We're back again. So just reading the questions. So so it needs to be present before the store lamps. Whatever. So if the spores are not there, so the probability of the spores being present is the same probability of ball trees forming if the store lands. Okay. The microbiologist offers Mr. Jigger if they're to tell if there's spores or not. What's the monetary value of whether there's spores in advance or not? So, can I use the same diagram? Not really, right? No, not really. That's unfortunate. There's all question six. Yeah, the storm is solved. Okay, let's just go straight into question seven then. Uh, okay, terrific. So we have the decisions. Do I need to go everything again from the decisions and uncertainties, or we can just jump straight ahead into the question seven, just to make sure if you remember the case?
Yeah, for me, 7 and 8 would be fine. Yeah, we're
Okay,
good most of these. Yep.
perfect. So you have the hover, the waste, the mold, the no mold, and we're seeing if the mold's gonna form or not. Yeah, it's perfect. Going down. 40. Perfect. Zoom. So the uncertainty when solving, I need more space for you guys. So the uncertainty we are trying to solve is, where is my pen? Whether we have, there you go. I like it. That's better. If we have the mold or no mold. And then if we have the mold, we can choose whether to harvest. I'll need more space for this. Great. Whoop, that's better. So I can choose whether to harvest or not to harvest or to wait. And then if I wait, there's another thing that happens if I wait. Okay, storm, no storm. Perfect. I wait, then it's uncertainty whether I'll just do it straight to easier to read. It could be two things happening. There is a storm or there is no storm. Or no storm. I'm recording, right? Yeah. Perfect. And then that's it, right? Yeah. And then if there is no mold, it's the same decision. So I can either harvest or wait. And if I wait, there is the same kind of uncertainty, which is storm and no storm. And that should be it, right? Yeah, because the sugar levels doesn't matter. Yeah, great. I'll color code, so uncertainty is blue. Decisions are yellow. And I need the payoffs. So wait and storm Storm. Wait, I just need the full of this with the mold, right? So it's 67 to 100. Then no storm, but mold. So no storm. Is 37 to 100. If I harvest, it's just the harvest, right? 34 to 100. 34 to 100. These are payoffs, so we'll do them green. Okay, and then no mold harvest should be the same, so 34 to 100. And white storm, no mold, so zoom out, let's go up. White, no storm. Wait, I'm choosing right. Yeah. What are you? So white, no storm, and no mold either. So that's 37, 200, 37, 200. Yeah, I had here. And white and storm, but no mold. No mold. 24,000. Great. Oop. Okay. Up till here. Questions about this? Vika?
No, no questions. We actually did it through Excel. Hopefully that was acceptable.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Oh God,
Uh,
okay. I was
as
sitting
long
here
as the
like,
questions, like,
oh.
yeah, formatting doesn't matter as much. Uh, okay. Then we can start solving. Okay, so let's start top down. So in the chances of storm or storm were 50-50. Yeah, 50-50. So 0.5, 0.5. I am a calculator. I don't want to think. 67.200 times 0.5 plus there's 50 to 200, which is calculated by 67,200 plus 37,200, all that times 1.5. Payouts are orange, better. Then between the 52 and the 34 is 52. Now let's go down. So star is 50-50, we said. Yeah, so pretty much the same. 0.5, 0.5, 24 plus 37, 200, divided by 2, 3,600, which is calculated by 24, wait, plus 37, 200 times 1.5. And harvest is just 34 because this is bigger, so 34, 200 wins. Great. Now we go back to mold and no mold. So they said it was 0.4, so this is 0.4, and this does has to be 0.6. So this should be calculator 52, 200 times 0.4 plus 34,200 times 0.6, 41,400. This is to me 41,400, which is calculated by doing 52,200 times 0.4 plus 0.6 times 34,200. Beep, beep. And then we can do the following. What was the first one? Okay. So now that we have, let's do here, we have the EMV. So with the info, 41,400. And we have the EMV no info, which is, what's the, you know, what's the original one? What's the original one? What's the original one? 39 to 40. Is this one right? Zoom. Thus, the value of information here is 41,400 minus 39 to 40, which is 39 to 40.
2160.
Thank you so much. That's fast.
Well, that just answers my question that we answered the question.
2160. Perfect. And I don't know what color to do this. Let's do, yeah. That's ugly, but it works. Perfect. So now question 8. Any questions here? Just checking. Oh.
Nope, perfect. We just did it through Excel instead of the tree, but same formulas.
Perfect.
Thank you.
So 8 says Jigger's considering hiring both the meteorologist and the microbiologist. So he wants to see how's the full thing. Okay. That should be pretty similar to this one, right? So we'll just need to add the storm and then yeah, slightly bigger tree. So first we need to answer how far is this? Not that far. That's perfect. So we need to answer first. Whoop. Storm and to Charlie. No storm. Then if snowstorm, that's easier, so I'll do it the lower one first. So we need to see if we harvest or not. Harvest, or if we wait for some magical reason. Oop. The top one is more fun. So if there is a storm, there is the possibility of whoop, having not to pick any more space. So there is a chance of having the mold or the chance of not having the mold. If I don't have the mold, then I need to choose whether to harvest or wait. And the same is true for this one. Okay, looks good. I'll move them slightly because I don't want to touch the upper part. That's better. So decisions. What's going on? Wait, Was that the color coding? No, I did it the other way. This, yellow is the other one. Okay, then what else? What else? What else? Yeah, should be it. So let's start see the payoffs. So storm, molt, and harvest. If I harvest anyway, should be the 34 we said before. Well, that's too big of a number. 34, 200. If there is storm, molt, and weight. That's all the question. Storm, molt, and weight is 67, 200. 67, 200. Then there's no molt and harvest is always the 34, 200. No molt and weight. Okay, that's more interesting. No molt and weight with the storm. 24. Okay. Zoom. Then no storm. Harvest. I think we did that before. That's just the 34. And no storm and weight was. What are you? What are you? Ah, 37. Ooh, 37, 200. Okay. And let's do this. Green, 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 green. That's it. That's all of them. That's all of them. So the storm is 50-50. The mole and no mole is 0.4 and 0.6, and that's all the uncertainty we have. Yeah. So you have to choose between these ones. I choose to wait. If I have to choose between these other two, I choose to harvest. And between these two, I choose to wait. So that's quite straightforward. Just put them so we're not missing them. So 34, 200, 37, 200, and 67, 200. And as we said before, orange. Perfect. And now we can just calculate. So here it would be 67, 200 times 0.4 plus 34, 200 times 0.6. That's 47, 400. And the other one should be, okay, we can just zoom it. So this one should be times 0.5 plus 37, 200 times 0.5. That's 42, 300. Which is basically calculated by saying 47, 400 plus 37, 200 times 1.5. Thus, our expected monetary value, so with info, with both informations is 42, 300. That's the ugliest 3 I ever done. 300, and we said before the ENV with no info is 39 before 39 to 40. Thus the void here is 42, 300 minus 39 to 40, 3,060. And that's all the questions, right? Yeah. That's it. Questions?
Yeah, so this is EMV with info for both,
Yes.
using a meteorologist and microbiologist.
Yeah.
Huh. We got a different number here. I'm trying to pinpoint where we
Two different or slightly different?
we got 4380. So we have a difference between, or let's see. We have a difference between 43,620 and 39,240.
Okay.
And
Uh,
43,620 we got from, let's see, sum of 14 and 15. So we got the sum of the values of 0.2 probability of storm with botrytis plus storm with no botrytis at 30%. Then no storm high sugar, no storm low sugar acidity, no storm 20% sugar.
but when you
So
question, why did you add the sugar? Because you know the values of those.
yeah, so we had which one? I'm sorry. You asked sugar?
Yeah, so like for example, you can omit the sugar from this map because you know what's the expected value of that one here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we pretty much added up all the amounts. So 67 200 at 0.2, 37
Why
200.
0.2 instead of 0.4?
Storm plus botrytis, both of them.
Storm plus, okay. But the probability of the fungus forming the mold is 0.4.
Yes, but this is I'm sorry, there's a lot of background noise. Let me just go somewhere quiet.
No worries.
Um, right, but when I'm forgetting the term. We
0.4 times the
multiplied
0.5.
0.4. Yes, yes. So we got 0.2 for that one.
But that's half, right? Because of the following. Because you
Mhm.
also, the 0.5, you can, oh, sorry, I need to, yeah. So
Because we
let's
thought
use,
because this would be a joint probability at this point because we need both storm and mold. So that's why we thought we had to.
yes and no, because you're
Okay.
eliminating two uncertainties, not exactly at the same, I mean, yes, at the same time, you're buying them at the same time, but they're eliminating different things. So like you can just connect these two directly because
Mhm.
there's this happening before. So like you cannot say 67 200 times 0.4 times 0.5 because you also need to consider the no mold part of it, which gives you 34 200. So the actual value of this. So the actual values and like calculation should be the 67 200 times the 0.4, the 34 times the 0.6, that gives you 47. And that 47 is what you multiply by the 0.5.
Oh, yikes. Yeah, we had a 2-hour conversation about this particular question on Monday. So we're trying to figure out what we shouldn't and should consider. And this was the final consensus. Okay.
That's fine. Like you still have the points from the work you did. I wouldn't
Yeah.
worry too much.
Yeah, so I was kind of running around like from one room to another. Could you just repeat why we're not multiplying storm by mold probabilities?
Because there is, okay, you're solving two things. You are seeing the value of eliminating that uncertainty and eliminating this uncertainty. I know it makes sense that you're buying both of them at the same time, and you might think, oh, so I just need to multiply them,
Mm-hmm.
like one time, like probability one times probability two. But that's not exactly how it works because it
Mm-hmm.
depends on each other in a way. So this So if you're choosing between the mold and no mold, the mold first comes after the storm, like in sequence. And second of all, you need to know this value here to multiply it by
Mhm.
this. You can just straight jump from the mold, like because you're not being asked like, oh, if the mold for sure forms, what's the expected value? Is what's the value of knowing whether the mold will form or not? That's the difference. You
Yeah.
calculate it like, oh, I know for sure the mold is gonna form, so I only care about the 67. Wait, wrong
Hmm.
pen. Instead of saying, ah, I I'm interested in the information whether it's gonna form or not, which is different.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense now. That was a tough one for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you.
No worries. Um, I'll move this from here and bigger. Wait, office hour 4, and I'll paste it here. That's better. That stays in the same place.
I'm actually reviewing our spreadsheets and so the answer I put down is actually 3480, but then the Excel says 4380. I wonder if this is a typo because we double checked everything. What is happening here? Oh, 3420 is oh, that's the weighted payoff of no storm but harvesting with low sugar and acidity, and that being 10%. Huh. Yeah, okay.
Almost. No worries, too. Bye bye.
Bye.
All right, I'll take this back to the team. Thank you so much for walking us through this.
No worries, Vika.
Have a good evening.
You too. Bye.
See you later this week. Bye.
Da-da-da-da-da-dum.